All right, I'm going to do some individual stocks here. Let's do Meta. Meta, going back to 2012 when it IPO'd. This is a 2-month time frame. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Second wave during the bear market. And look at this. We just crossed the parallel line right there. That's likely wave 3. And I know it's shorter. This is a good chance of being a really short fifth wave too. So we know that the first wave was $380 or $370. This is much longer, so we know the fifth wave can go as high as it wants. Let's draw a parallel line here. The reason I'm doing individual stocks is I feel like when I make a video with a bunch of different stocks, I kind of hurry more. So I want to have a more focused, be more focused on one stock at a time. So we have 1, 3, 2 here, and then we have potentially in a fourth wave here. So similar to like SoFi and Tesla and stuff like that, the fourth wave should be at least half the time as the second wave, which this was about 16 months. So this might be 8 months long. Started on January 2nd. This could take all the way into November, September, somewhere around there. So we know third wave ended. Let's zoom in now. Third wave ended right there. Very clear. We've gotten a drop here. I'm going to go over the flow, and I'm going to go over the GEX as well. So midpoint is about right here. Let me double check and make sure that these are about the same length. We'll say that right there. There's a big gap here that we never filled at 400. Is it going to go that low? That would basically break into the first wave. Let's just see retracements to get an idea of where this could go to. So 0.23 fib, potentially. Or that might be too low, though. 450. Let's zoom in here now. So we have a this looks like a 5-wave move to me. More than likely a 5-wave move. So this is going to be A or 1. By the way, I think that Meta is one of the best Mag 7 to buy. So yeah, it's not a problem with the valuation. It's just going to be the overall market. So we have 5-wave move down. And then it looks like this is probably wave B right here. Yeah, I'd say that's probably wave B. Let's see where the 1.61 fib is. Oh, look at that. We hit the 1.61 fib. So that's got to be the C wave. And I actually didn't even know that before the video. I just know the 1.61 fib is like a magnet, basically. So we have ABC. Or is this a 5-wave move? Let's take a look. This might be a 5-wave move now that I'm looking at it. It has not crossed into here. So we'll just do B or 2. If it were a 5-wave move, then that means, similar to Tesla, we are looking at more downside, and we are looking at a potentially long move down into late 2025. So right now, 1, 2, 3, 4. If there's a fifth wave on Meta, I would expect it to be potentially going down here to 550. I did see some 550 puts today. Let's see how long this wave was. 681. So 94 bucks. This was longer. So this can't be longer than 94 bucks if it's a 5-wave move. That takes us to 540 basically. Can't go past 539. So this is a max right here. So if there's a fifth wave on Meta here soon, it would go down to here. And I would expect that to end this says March 20th, but I would probably use the midpoint here. March 26th. Wave 5 right here. So if this happens, if we get a fifth wave here down, then I would expect that to potentially be an A wave, which I know seems kind of crazy because of how far it's gone down. But that would make the overall A wave. Could it be a 333 too? Could it be a 333? I don't think so. Again, these moves, like you can try to turn them into a 333, but if it's going to go from 710 or 740 actually, all the way down to 540 in like 2 months, that's not a very corrective move to me. That's an impulse down. That's a big move down. Similar to Tesla, it looks like it could be a 333, but I would say it's a 5-wave move. Zooming out here, you have this right here. You have I think it's the 50 maybe. You have the 50 at 554. That would probably be a spot I'd be looking at. This is below the 20. If we make a fifth wave down, I'd be looking at 555. So Meta could be in a wave 5 down here. That would only be wave A. And then if it goes down to 555, let's just see how far the 1.61 fib takes us down here to 462. So you could be looking at something like this on Meta. I wouldn't think much farther than that. I don't think that this gap fill will probably happen unless they overshoot it. And then this one is probably not going to extend out this far. It's already a weird 5-wave move here. You have a really long first wave, a very impulsive second wave basically, and then you have a very short third wave. So I would expect maybe a short fourth wave, and then probably something like this, up to like $1,000 or something around there. So I think Meta's in a fourth wave. It looks like to me that this can go lower in the short term. So potentially one more move down. Let's look at it on the smallest time frame, 15-minute time frame here. Again, one more time. This to me looks like it would be the end of the fourth wave. So I'll say this. If it gets above here, it's probably not that. So 633 is going to be my invalidation level where it's probably not that. And then, of course, above 641, it's definitely not a 5-wave move. So that's what you want to see if you're bullish. But this actually does look pretty bearish right here. Look at this. You have from the top. So this is potentially setting up for this. So let's hope that PPI is not going to be bad, but this does not look like a good setup at all for Meta. potentially a big move down in the overall markets if this plays out. SPY could go all the way down to 545 to 550, and then Meta could go all the way down here to like 560. That would be about a be about a 9 or 10% move lower on Meta. So let's see what happens tomorrow with PPI. Invalidation again is above 642. So if we get a bull move tomorrow, that's going to invalidate it. And that probably means that this is an ABC move. So A is actually right here. And now we're just doing some kind of corrective move up here. But I do expect at least one more move down. So whether or not it goes like this or it goes like that, I still expect a move down later, like that. But if it comes down here around 550, I'm going to be buying calls on this because you can pick up those 7-10-1 January 2026 calls. They'd probably be worth like 4,500 maybe at that point. And I'm pretty sure that if we go down to 550, we're going to at least retrace to 640. So that's my meta analysis. I think either way, we're in a fourth wave. It's just a matter of the short-term time frame. Do we make a fifth wave down, or is the market going to bounce and we're going to start this corrective move already and then come down later? I do think there's going to be another correction on the overall market. Just from looking at stocks and just looking at the overall structure, it just seems like we're going to go down more. So that's my meta analysis. Let's see what happens. Are there any gaps below? One more thing. No, but you have the gap here at 654 if you want to invalidate all of that. There are no gaps except for this right here at 544. So that'd probably be the spot I'd be looking for on a fifth wave. And then, of course, you have this big gap down here at 400. It's probably not going to get down there, though. I would say 544 if we do make a fifth wave. All right, that's it for Meta. Try to do some other stocks maybe tonight. We'll see. Meta is one I'm going to keep my eye on, though. I think this is a pretty good buy here in the next, at least in the next week. If we make a fifth wave down, you could get better prices and then get a retrace back up to like 650.